I remember when I was about 12 years old getting in a lot of trouble. I would read the sports page every morning as a kid. And one summer, I remember that there was an opportunity to participate in this fantasy baseball league by calling a 900 number to draft your players and make trades. So I found this in the Sacramento Bee, so I knew it was completely legitimate. So I would call these 900 numbers every morning to pick my team and then to trade players. And of course, you had to call this number multiple times in the day to get your score from the day before and so forth. Now, meanwhile, each minute on this 900 call was costing like $3 a minute. But I was so much into fantasy baseball that I was practically dreaming about it. I didn't care how much it cost. It became my life. Now, of course, at the end of the month, the phone bill came to my parents, and there were hundreds of dollars worth of charges. Now, by that time, I was so consumed with it that my plan was to just blame my younger brother for making these calls instead of me. One night, I went to spend the night at a friend's house, and so I had him actually make a couple calls for me. So when my parents questioned me about the calls, I just played innocent and told them there was no way because I wasn't even home on one of those days when a call was made. Well, eventually they found out, and I was in big trouble. Now, to be certain, Jesus is not talking about fantasy baseball today in Luke chapter 16, but he is talking about the things in life that have such a grip on our hearts that they hinder us from serving God. And so let's dive in. Luke chapter 16, we're going to read verse 13. And here is how it reads. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Now, right before this verse, Jesus gives a parable. And it seems like the point of what he is saying in verse 9 is that our money, but I think we could substitute many things in there, but that our money is not meant to be an end in and of itself, but a means to an end, and that end being utilizing it for eternal purposes. Now, one of the things that prevents this eternal purpose mindset with the things in this life is when our things begin to own us rather than us owning our things. Now, Jesus' point here is that whatever has control of our affections has become our functional master. And if that master is anyone but God, that master will eventually crush us. There is room for one on the throne of our heart. And if anything else but God begins to sit on the throne, we will actually begin to see God as encroaching on or interfering with what we have put on the throne of our hearts. 1 Timothy 6 says that the love of money is the root of all evil. And again, we can substitute many things in there for money. But notice that he doesn't say money is the root of all evil, but the love of money. So I want to leave you with this question to reflect on. What are you most tempted to make your functional master rather than God?